Hello, Gemini, and welcome to your July tarot reading. Well, reading in general, it's not just tarot. We're going to start off with an oracle card just to see what kind of energy you'll be working with here in the month of July. My hands could be a little bigger for this deck, but we're working with it. We have the Orphan. So you may be feeling a sense of isolation or of being left behind. There's also this sense of craving something, but you may not know what it is. You may not know what it is. It's just on the tip of your tongue, on the outer edges of your eye, of your consciousness, of your energy. There's something that you wish you could be a part of, but you don't know what that is yet. And I feel like this is the month where it's asking you to sit with that energy and investigate it. Where are you feeling something is lacking? Where are you feeling the isolation? What specifically? Beyond just, I have no friends. Why? What makes you feel that you have no friends? How can you take steps to change that in some way? Or why do you think you're lacking in that way? I know I already said that, but this is more of, because you could be surrounded by people but still feel alone, still feel disconnected. So the sense here is why are you feeling that sense of disconnection? Yes, you could do different things. You could join clubs. You could go to college, take classes. You could find another job, a side hobby, something like that. You could do those things, but that is not necessarily going to cure this sense of isolation that you may have. So there's something within you that you need to investigate, that there is a wound that you need to identify, that you need to sit with, that you need to heal. And until you can heal that wound, I don't know that you can heal this feeling. Some of you, that may mean that you need to seek help in doing that. There is no shame in that. I highly encourage it. Even if it's just somebody to bounce off randomly, why words, thoughts, ideas, etc., that may come to your mind when you think of this feeling. What's the root of it? When did you start feeling this way? All questions to ask yourself or to work with someone else with to help you through those questions. I don't feel that this is an eternal thing. This may be a temporary phase that you're in for some of you. But it's just some area where you feel this sense of abandonment or isolation. Again, I get the word isolation a lot. Where it isn't necessarily, it's an internal thing. It's not an external thing. It's internal. And it's something that only you can fix. Again, though, with the help of someone else, if you need to, a professional, I absolutely recommend, to help you work through that and identify where it's coming from. Awareness of that alone can go a long way toward helping you to reduce that feeling, I should say. Okay, let's see what tarot cards we have to go with this. We have the King of Cups, the Emperor, the Three of Swords, the Magician, and Justice. So what I'm getting at, one thought I had as soon as the Emperor card kind of came down, is there is this sense of, you may be surrounded by too many people, or you may be trying to do too many things. You may be trying to do all the things, and which means your energy is just scattered and split up. You may just, in some cases, just not, you're just scattered. You're stretched too thin, which means you can't gain fulfillment in any one area because you don't have enough energy for that in any one area. So you need to set some boundaries, some expectations. You need to reduce what it is you're doing so that you can focus and be more in the moment with the people or in the places or with whatever you're doing at any one time. All right, let's get into individual cards. We're starting off with the King of Cups. So this is, cups are intuition and our emotions. The King of Cups is somebody who is typically in very good control of their emotions. They could also come off as somebody who's manipulative, who's able to manipulate emotions. They know how to hit your triggers or to trigger your triggers unintentionally, maybe in some cases. They don't know that it's a trigger. But generally, this is somebody who is very confident in who they are and how they feel about things. And they have no fear in expressing how they feel about things. This could be somebody in your life that you could seek out advice from, that you could go to with what it is, whatever it is that you're going through. And they could have some very sound advice for you. They'd be there to support you emotionally. They may not have all the answers for you, but they would be there to help you work through it. And they're not going to just give you the answers. Again, they're going to ask you questions in order or with the intent to help you find the answer. So this is your support. Seek that out. Very valuable. And then we have the Emperor. This is a major arcana card, and the Emperor is kind of considered the father of the tarot deck. He is very much at the top of the food chain, right? He's the top dog. And he's the one who may put a fence around the yard, for example, for his children so that they don't go run into the street until they're old enough to know how to look both ways for traffic. You may resent that the fence is there, but it's intended to protect you. So he's very firm in his boundaries and when to move those boundaries or shift them. But there has to be a very practical reason that you have to show responsibility, if you will, in order to shift a boundary. So this Emperor card is telling you that you need boundaries. You need boundaries. You can't do everything for everybody. You need to shrink in that fence. Give yourself a small little herb garden, if you will, and that's what you work within. Because if you keep stretching yourself and you have no boundaries, you're all over the place. It's a little bit over there, there's a little bit over there, there's some over here, there's lit there, some up there, some down there, all over the place. And there's not enough energy to take care of yourself, to take care of your needs, to process your needs, to recognize your needs, which can make you feel abandoned, ironically, kind of by yourself, where you have abandoned yourself in a way. The Emperor is saying, no, you need to rein that in, collect all your pieces, bring them all back together, assess where you're at, determine if you need to adjust any boundaries, or for now, just keep them tight so that you can pay attention to the most important thing in your life, which is you. That's number one. Manage yourself first. Make yourself happy. The Emperor wants that for you. And then we have the Three of Swords. So swords can be about communication, our thoughts, our beliefs. The Three of Swords typically indicates heartbreak. But the twist is it's not true heartbreak. It is a sense of disappointment or heartbreak over the ideal of something. You thought something was a certain way. You had it up on a pedestal, the ideal thing. And now you realize, well, that's an illusion. That was not true. That was my expectation. That was what I thought it was. But that's not the reality, which can be heartbreaking because it's a situation that you had a lot of hope and trust in, but it isn't what you thought it was. It just isn't what you thought it was. And it will never be that. So there's this reckoning, if you will, here of, look, it's not going the way you thought it was going to go. And it will never go the way that you wanted it to go or that you thought it would go. But it is going to take time to let go of that idea, of that ideal. There are emotions tied into it. Although technically, again, this is around ideals and beliefs and ideas of something. There wasn't actually a true emotional connection. It's something that was all in your head that you had built up into a fantasy. And your attachment, your emotional attachment, is to that fantasy. It's not to the reality. So this could be somebody, if it's a relationship, somebody that you thought you loved because your relationship is perfect. It's been this way forever. Everything's going along the way you think it should. But in reality, you like the idea of you as a couple, but you don't really like the other person. You don't really like the other person, but you look good on paper. You look good in theory, but that there's no true emotional connection there. There is the sense of slowly coming to that realization here and coming to terms with that. You do need to come to terms with that if this is something that maybe that's been in the future, but that it's you loved the idea of it, but not the reality of it, because you kept wanting to change things. It's time to let that go. There's no need to feel guilty or anger or anything at yourself or at the other person. It just is what it is, or is what it is. So you can just let that go, recognize that, yeah, well, this is what's helping me recognize what I do want or don't want, that I do need to be emotionally connected. Even if we're on the same page intellectually, there has to be that emotional connection for me going forward in any future relationships. It's coming to terms, it's maturing in this area for you. And then we have the Magician, another major arcana card. You have three of them. The Magician, once you get past the turmoil, once you can start to see, once you contain your energy and you have time to focus on yourself, and you have time to process this situation, which may be part of the core wound that was causing you to feel the sense of the orphan energy. Once you can get beyond that, and you have the time and energy to see it, and you hit this Magician moment, this Magician card, there is this feeling that you can do anything, that you are capable of anything, that you can create the life that you want going forward. And nothing is there to stop you from doing that. Because now you know what you want. Now you know a little more about how you tick and what makes you sing and what makes you happy and who you want to invite inside your fence. There is this renewed sense of satisfaction and knowing that you have all of the tools and resources and connections you need to create the life, to create the career, to create the future that you want. There is hope and this eagerness to try to get out there, to truly be wholly out there again, because you're not going to be holding pieces of yourself back or having pieces of yourself scattered all over. Because now you have the ability to focus and be present in the moment, which leads to good, better, greater things for you and dispels a lot of this orphan energy. And then we have the Justice card. Justice card is a lot about finding balance, righting wrongs, karma. So there is this sense of things coming back into balance by the end of the month. So this could be a short-term energy. This may not have been a long-term thing, but you may be feeling, again, where is this coming from? Why am I feeling this way? So far, what the cards and my guides have been telling me is because you're so scattered and you're maybe trying to avoid processing or working around this energy here, that you are, again, throwing your energy out all over the place so that you don't have to bring it in and focus and let go of this moment and let go of the energy you are still soaking in to this moment, this whatever this is for you. You have to let this go for your own health, for your own sanity. This is for you, letting this go so that you can make things right for you. So justice is seen. It may be if you can turn your life around and be happy with your energy, which helps you be happy and feel more connected to other people. Your sense of justice could be the fact that you are living the life that you were meant to live, being happy with who you are and where you are, being present in every moment, which could be the justice. Because it could be now that this other person or whoever was involved here may see that and go, okay, well, I guess I didn't destroy their life. I guess they did have moved on. I guess they have taken their energy back. And that is some great justice right there. Let's see what we have on the bottom of the deck. We have the 5 of Coins. So this is also a challenge card. Fives are challenges, competition, little bumps in the road. So this is indicating perhaps another underlying layer to your sense of disconnection. The 5 of Coins, coins are the same as pentacles, which is an earth element, which is all about your home, work, finances. So, oh, okay. And it just came to me. It comes a lot with, it fits very well with the orphan card, actually. There is this feeling of isolation, of being disconnected, of being alone, of not being able to ask for help, or the feeling that nobody is offering help. The key here, though, is you are not alone. You are not without resources. The trick is you have to seek the help. You have to take the step to ask for the help. Because people may be uncomfortable or not know how you would react if they say, hey, I noticed that you're struggling here. Can I help you? They don't know if you're going to be receptive to that. So you have to take the steps. You have to take the action to ask for the help, probably from this person here, this King of Cups. So your truest, strongest way to break through all of this is to seek the help, to not feel isolated, to let go of any self-pity, to pick yourself up off the floor, dust yourself off, open the door and say, hey, I need some help over here. And they're just waiting for you to ask. That's it. They know something's going on, but they need you to ask and identify and tell them how they can help you or where they need help, where you need help. And then they can be there to support you and help you work through all this. Say, yes, we do think you're doing way too much, and we do think you could pull things in. And yes, we just want to be here to support you. You don't have to attend to all of our events. You don't have to be involved in everything. As long as we're just, connecting every once in a while. Could be as simple as that, saying, look, I've been doing too much. I'm too scattered. I'm still processing this. I need to get through this piece, and I need help. I need somebody I can just vent to, talk to, help me process this. And that leads you to success. And that, Gemini, is what I have for you for July. I know it's not an easy one, but success is in the horizon. It's in, you can see it, but you have to go through this stuff first to get there. Please hit that like button and please hit subscribe to help me grow my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you later.